Says, hey, what do you think about jumping out of planes? And then I was like, sign me up. I get separated from everybody else. Why am I getting separated from? They send me to some barracks by myself. Ended up working for a major.
Angry black woman thing was connected to you?
You know what's crazy? I thought it was me because nobody talked about that. And I thought I'll work even harder. So I'm already working 50 hours a week. I'll work 60 hours because I'm going to prove myself.
Then got you to realize that you had to make a shift for yourself, for your sustainability.
When I got laid off the second time.
The light shined.
For some reason, I always found myself in extremely toxic organizations where I had to protect employees, where I had to stand up to executive leaders. And I had thought at that time that I thought, oh, God, it can't ever get any more toxic than this. God had to kick me out because I still would have been trying to prove myself. I ended up working with an executive coach, whatever. She was tough because I know how to do the smile and okay, well, nothing's wrong.
First of all, niching down, however you want to say it, is probably more ideal for a person because in that, you like you said, what you do like and what you don't like. And if you find out what you do like, there can be more fulfillment just in your dailies. Like, you're fulfilling yourself because it's something that you love. Probably happier.
Of course.
You find people being happier.
Oh, I can tell the energy shift with my client who doesn't like people. We finally started figuring out what he does like.
What's up, fam? Before we get into this conversation, let me say this. Look, I know it's a thing, right? But if what we do here on this channel speaks to you, if it lifts you, centers you, or helps you see your life a little clearer, I invite you to like the video and subscribe so you stay connected. And if you want these conversations with you beyond YouTube, download the ThriveWell Journey podcast on your favorite RSS platform. It is a small ask that goes a long way, and it really, truly helps us create the kind of content that doesn't just entertain, but actually supports your journey of growth and alignment. So hit that like, subscribe. Let's breathe in, get present, step into the conversation.
Hello, Monique Gibson is on the ThriveWell Journey podcast today. First of all, I want to just say, welcome to the podcast. How you doing?
Good. Thank you. I'm so honored to be asked. I really am. I'm excited.
I'm excited too. Just to create just some context here, I've known you since what? Oh my God, the late 90s.
No, 2000, 2002.
No, I think it was before then. Like 99, 2000. So we have history, right?
Yeah.
And one of the things I find out with people that I've known is that they have extraordinary stories that I don't even know about. And I was going across some of the social media and I saw you in a post and I was like, this is Mo? What? Like flabbergasted. I was like, who is this person that I've known for so long and really don't know the ins and outs of who you are, which is why you're here. And I want to just kind of, before we get to the titles and the roles and the accomplishments, I want to ask you, like, I'm curious, like, what's one belief that has remained unchanged for you, no matter where life has taken you? Because what I'm finding out, you have many places that you've gone in your life and your stories, and I want to know.
First thing that came to my mind, I have to put in the work. Period.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to give me anything. I got to work for everything that I want.
That's true.
Yeah.
And with all that, like, put in the work, right? Like, so you've done a lot of things. You have a Juris Doctorate. It's a lot of things. I can just list them, but I want to go back to the beginning. Like, in your professional career, you started as in the Army. From my research, I'm not going to try to pronounce it, in Germany. All right?
Yes. So if I could back up before then. So in school, in the third grade, I had a teacher who she just didn't like me. She wanted to make everything challenging for me. She wanted to hold me back a grade. Well, fortunately, in the fourth grade, I had Mrs. Ash. Miss
Hmm.
Ashton, she didn't take any mess from me. And she was like, you real smart. By the time I got to the 5th grade, I was still in her classroom. She put me in the 8th grade math book and I was doing the math. So
What?
she saw something in me that I didn't even know that I had, but she gave me a chance and she developed that. So then I started excelling in school, excelling in school. And then when I got to high school, I was goody two shoes. Oh, you so smart. So then I tried to dumb myself down, stopped going to class,
Hmm.
and I barely graduated. Somehow I found out about Grand Valley. It was college at the time. Went,
Hmm.
flunked, played all day, met a friend there. We just played all day. Never went to the library. Just played. Army recruiter calls. Says, hey, what do you think about jumping out of planes? And then I was like, sign me up. Why not? Why not? No discipline, just sign me up. So go through, the tests and things. So my best friend at the time, she went back to college because she was like, yeah, I changed my mind. So I was like, okay, forget it. I changed my mind too. They come knocking on the door.
Yeah.
Y'all ready? No, we changed our mind. Yeah, no. You ready? So we go to boot camp. Go to boot camp. I promise I'm not making this up. I was so good at everything that we did on the gun range. I had never shot a weapon before.
Uh-huh.
Expert marksman. I'm marching. It didn't matter how much weight they gave me. I'm like, do. Everything we did. I was on the range one day and I'm laying on my stomach on the range. Drill sergeant comes in my ear. He says, are you undercover CID? I said, drill sergeant, what? Are you undercover CID? I didn't even know what CID was.
Right.
CID, Criminal Investigations Department. They thought I was undercover looking for something, I guess the drill sergeants were doing.
Because you're so good.
Because it just came natural to me. I loved it. Loved the discipline. I loved the challenge. I was an athlete, very competitive. It just worked for me.
Yeah.
So ended up, we're graduating. They go, everybody's going to Germany. What? Germany?
German.
What? Germany? Crying. I was like, it's okay, baby. You'll be okay. Now, don't get me started about my mom.
All
Whatever you
right.
want to do, you can do it. Okay,
Yeah.
man, I'm gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. Get to Svetzingen, Germany, on assignment. I get separated from everybody else. What? Wait, why am I getting separated from? They send me to some barracks by myself. Ended up working for a major. Again, I still had some development to do. I've always had a mouth. He tells me to carry some, ream of paper when they have 10 reams in a box.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what you're talking about.
That's like 40 pounds. It was old Germany, so it was like up 2 flights of stairs. So he says, Gamel, that's my maiden name, go down there and get that box. Sir, you go get it. So buffing floors at
You
night till
told
my
that
mom.
man go get you
Yes,
go
I did.
get it.
Yes, I did. You go get it. It's heavy. You go get it. You big burly, you go get it.
No
Buffing
way.
floors. I was an expert floor buffer, but he
Yeah.
saw something in me. He said, you know what? You real spicy. He said, but you smart. He said, you just need to work on that attitude. He said, where do you want to go next? I said,
Yeah.
well, if you're that great, send me to the Pentagon. That was right when I think it was Desert Storm started rolling up. People being sent
Yeah.
over to, Desert Storm. I get orders to go to the Pentagon. I said, how that happen? How that happen?
Right.
Get to the Pentagon. I'm in a meeting. All these officers. We need somebody who can do Harvard graphics at the time. It's graphic. We need somebody who can do this. We need somebody. One of them says, doggone it, soldier, what can't you do? I said, that would be nothing. I said, if it's something I don't know how to do, I'll figure it out. They
Wow.
were like, oh. I ended up working with military personnel at the White House. 19 years
But you
old.
came in with gusto.
Yes. But that gusto had a sergeant that I didn't particularly care for.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I said, I'm tired of dealing with you. He would make all these off the wall comments. I'm getting out. Got out. I would have loved to have made it a career, but that one bad decision based on my emotions,
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting out. Forget y'all.
Wow. So you made it
Yeah.
that far. That one moment kind of shifted everything, and
Yes.
you ended up going to the public sector.
Yes.
Yeah, that's that's interesting. So, like, when your life has like just automatically shifted like that, because I mean, I would just assume that, from what I've heard, like being in the military, it's it's no games. It's really strict. What you said, you like how that shift. Where were you mentally when you had to when you just left the private sector or the army and all that good stuff to go to the public?
Honestly, I thought I was hot stuff. I was like,
Oh, okay.
I got the Pentagon on my resume. I'm a military veteran.
Yeah. Yeah.
So quickly learned, folks don't really care about that. I never did fully transition successfully from a military, very structured atmosphere, teamwork. It doesn't matter if I like you. I've got your back. We don't throw
Hmm.
each other under the bus. That was my experience.
Hmm.
I didn't realize in corporate wasn't the same. You get to a
Yeah.
meeting, your colleague throws you under the bus, and you're like, wait a minute, we're on the same team. What are we doing here?
Hmm.
So I never fully successfully made that transition because I like the idea of the harder I work, the more I'll be rewarded because it's
Yeah.
fair to me. Like, okay, oh, it's fair. Oh, competition. Oh, even better. It's not like that in corporate America. In corporate America, doesn't matter how smart you are. It's not always the people who are the most skilled or the most competent who get promoted. It was more that
Hmm.
likability factor, which up until
Yeah.
that point, I didn't even really understand what that was. Um,
Yeah. So
because again,
you had to make a real mental shift at that point.
well, so I didn't make it at that point. It took me,
Oh.
it took me, really, it took me 20 years to get it because it just, I could not comprehend. Like, how is this person rewarded when they didn't do the work? Like, I genuinely did not comprehend that. So I would work
Yeah.
harder. And then I would be criticized for being, too disciplined and so and so the people are intimidated by you.
Hmm.
Why? Intimidated? I didn't. What? Why are you intimidated by me? Oh, well, you just seem angry all the time. No. If I'm angry, I guarantee you'll know when I'm angry.
Yeah. Right.
Never. Again, grew up in an environment where you are a professional 100% of the time. And the military just really kind of solidified that.
Hmm.
I would never disappoint my mama like that. I would never disrespect
Yeah.
anybody at work or that's not how I operate. So it was really difficult for me. I didn't understand why
Yeah.
there was always feedback about my attitude. Now,
Yeah.
what's my attitude got? I'm killing it. Everybody's
Yeah.
coming to my office. Hey, I just want to run something by you. Hey, I'd love your input. Hey, but then I get feedback that, oh, you seem to have a chip on your shoulder. A chip on my shoulder. How do you know that? So,
Yeah. Did you believe that maybe the I don't know what you call it, but the angry black woman thing was connected to you?
what's crazy is that you heard about that a little bit at that
Yeah.
time, but I didn't. I thought it was me. I thought it was me because nobody talked about that.
Yeah.
Nobody talked about. I thought it was me, and I thought I'll work even harder. So I'm
Yeah.
already working 50 hours a week. I'll work 60 hours because I'm gonna prove myself. No
Yeah.
matter what, I'm going to prove myself. And I thought that the issue was that I just hadn't proven myself yet. Even though,
Hmm.
again, I got the CEO coming to my office after hours.
Hmm.
Hey, I just wanted to get your input. I got general counsel coming to, hey, wanted to get your input. So wait a minute. Everybody's coming to me. They put me on all the projects, even outside
Hmm.
of my area. I'm on IT projects. That's weird. They keep putting me on everything, but I have a chip on my shoulder.
Yeah. Right.
I didn't really realize how common it was for Black women to be perceived as angry in a corporate environment until, I would say maybe the last 6 years. Because nobody talked about it. We didn't talk
Y-
about it.
Yeah. And that's
So,
interesting
yeah.
how that go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I'm going to say that's interesting how like your perception is like I just got to prove myself and I work hard and harder so that I can prove myself. But in others perception, it was could have been perceived as the ABW.
I had a VP tell me one time. She was new to the organization, and I had been there.
Mhm.
And she calls me because she was my new boss. And she goes, you know what? When I first got here, the rest of the team told me that you were that you were an effing a know-it-all. And she was like, they were right. She's like, you're so annoying. I was like, well, the way she said it, I thought surely she's not serious. Like, did you just say that to me?
Whoa.
And I was like,
Whoa.
you just called me a no. So what did I do? You know what? You're right. I do know a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Again,
You proved it right.
I did not realize the dynamic. I didn't realize the social political dynamic that I was missing, that likability factor, that
Mm.
not overshadowing everybody else. Where in the military, that was a great thing. Like, she knows how to do this. We're going to give her another promotion. We're going to put her over here. And that, I'm working 2 levels below at the Pentagon in the basement
Mhm.
as a 19-year-old. So now I go somewhere where, in my mind, I can do this, I can do that. I'm solving this problem. I'm questioning CFOs. Wait a minute, back up. That doesn't make sense. And everybody's looking at me like, would you shut your face? And again, I just got it. I'm like, these people are imbeciles. Like, how did you get this role? And I was
Yeah.
very vocal about it.
Yeah.
And then, I remember one senior leader pulled me aside and he was like, if you don't shut your mouth, he was like, you're going to get your head cut off. And I was like,
Yeah.
not me.
But it didn't matter to you?
It mattered a lot. But again, remember my mindset is competition. Oh, I thrive in competition. Oh, I will
Right.
win. If I don't win,
Yeah.
I will be a close second. I will
Yeah.
win. So I still didn't get that likability factor. Instead of showing everyone how competent I was, I should have been spending time on working on relationship building, on that likability factor, not outshining senior leaders in a meeting, knowing when to open my mouth, or as Kenny Rogers said, knowing when to hold them, when to fold them. Shut your mouth, Monique, because when I say something
Right.
and a senior leader looks incompetent, that doesn't fare well for me. But
Yeah.
I didn't get that. I, I just didn't get
Well,
that.
when I'm listening to that, I'm like, doesn't that put a damper on your shine and what you actually have to offer the company?
So it took for me to get laid off the first time. Didn't even see it coming. Because again, five out of five on performance. I'm getting this assignment in it. Got a new boss. She was like, oh, they hired me now. She was significantly less experienced than I was. I was like, wait, what's going on here? How'd she get this title? Wait a minute. Well, came from upon high, a parent company. But again, I'm thinking, you're not gonna come in here and outshine me. Well,
Yeah.
came to work. HR showed up. I was like, wait a minute. I could feel the energy was off. I was like, what's going on here? She said, it's just not working, and got up and walked out of the meeting. So I'm left there with the HR woman. I said, what? Wait, what do we do? What? She starts crying.
Your
I'm so
boss?
sorry this is happening to you. This HR. Because they
I
don't
was
know me. We've been working together. They know me. They know me. If they wanted a question answered, who'd they come to?
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
She's crying. And security guard shows up. Like, what?
Wait.
He comes in, he said, Miss Monique, who we walking out? That would be me, I suppose. He face just dropped. He wouldn't let me touch a thing. He said, I don't want you to carry everything. That's how much respect
Mm.
they have for me because I know how to work with people. I work very well with the union. Conflict? Oh, that's me all day long.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. Now, I don't give a rip about this kicking doors in, and let's get to the root of the problem. Let's talk about it. I was very good at what I did.
Yeah.
So it took me
But
about 5 years to get over that. Getting laid off. I was like, laid
the
off?
first layoff. Now you say it was a first layoff, so it had to be another one, yeah.
Didn't learn the first time. Because again, it wasn't performance. It was just because things weren't working out. I did not know what that meant. I'm a perfectionist. I'm a competitor.
Mm-hmm.
If I lose, I need to understand why. So in my mind, I lost. It just so happened that while I was at that company, before I got laid off, I had gone to an executive training. There was a woman who spoke, and she said, if you never get fired, you ain't doing it right. I was like, I would never be fired because I'm one of the best
Not
of the
me.
best. Not me.
Yeah.
I remember that when I got laid off the first time. I said, well, there might be something to that. So that was the first time.
Mm-hmm.
So still hadn't learned the likability part of it, the political part of it. So continued to operate on, all cylinders, just outshining executives.
Which is it's a natural gear for you. That's how you showed up, right?
Competitive, baby. If you don't want
Yeah.
to compete, I made other people, and now I realize it because I've grown so much. Now I realize that I made other people uncomfortable because I pushed them too hard.
Mhm.
If you're gonna stay up with me, you want to compete with me, let's go. And people were like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, no, I don't like this. She's pushing too hard. She's getting too much done. Like the Army, we do more before 9 a.m. than most people do all day. That was me.
Yeah.
I
I
finished
remember
15
that.
projects. Yeah, you still on project 1. People on my team, I had people who I had the opportunity to develop. One went to Google, one went to Coca-Cola. Oh, you're on my team? Oh, you will be pressed, but you will learn so much. And they did. And that was even worse because I'm developing all this, these young up and coming potentials, and that bothered people.
And that bothered them, yeah. So you're in the space, right? You're getting laid off, and you're like, "What's wrong with me?" Are you
Yeah,
in that mentality?
yeah, yeah. Like what am I doing wrong? Man, at one point I was probably working 70 hours a week because I was dealing with foreign companies that we deal with on different projects and things like that. So I had to be up, when it was morning time in Japan or, France or whatever. Working nonstop. I'm at my kids' games. I just got to work harder. I was supposed to be watching my kids play, and I'm on at the time the BlackBerry. I gotta get this
Oh man, not the BlackBerry.
and people knew. Oh, if you send me an email, you're getting a response. Started having migraines. Some of my hair was falling out. Started having digestive issues. And I just thought, oh, geez, I'm not working hard enough.
And you still think you're not working hard enough. I was gonna say that because I had Lynette Cottrell on yesterday, as a matter of fact, and she was talking about how Black women really feel like they have to prove themselves over and over again, and it's not sustainable. And then you talk about the physical things that were happening to you, and the way that you kept doing that, it just wasn't sustainable for you.
And you know what? I'll be real transparent. So before that first layoff, when I'm working 60, 70 hours, totally disregarded my kids. My kids were young, my husband. There was one point where my husband told me, he said, Mom, I don't even really like you anymore. And I was like, what do you mean? And you know my husband, nicest guy ever.
Yeah.
For him to say that to me, I was like, oh, that's his problem. That's how bad it was, y'all. I'm just be honest. I was like, well, he'll get over it. It hurt, but I was like, oh, he's just being emotional. Let me get back to this BlackBerry.
Yeah.
That's how I
And
was. Yeah.
when he said that, and you're like, all right, you know what? You'll get over it. Let me get back to the BlackBerry. What then got you to realize that you had to make a shift for yourself, for your sustainability?
When I got laid off the second time.
The light shined.
Yeah, it was. I had thought for some reason, so I'm a believer. For some reason, I always found myself in extremely toxic organizations where
Hmm.
I had to protect employees, where I had to stand up to executive leaders. And I had thought at that time that I thought, oh, God, it can't ever get any more toxic than this.
Hmm.
Huh. The last
And it did.
company, whoa. I mean, it was a demonic experience. It really was. They had brought me in to replace this executive. She knew it, I knew it. For
Hmm.
some reason, they thought she was going to be okay with that. She
Yeah,
wasn't.
of course.
When I tell you, I have never, ever been, it was like Hunger Games. She was always digging, digging, digging. If I walk down the hallway, why do you walk so hard? What? So then I try to tiptoe. I'm tiptoeing down the hallway. Why does your
So
hair
you,
look like that?
as ladies, check this out because you're gonna like what I'm about to say. And fellas, let's talk about it. Energy, your energy, the kind that fuels your focus, your drive, and your confidence in every area of life. So when I started using the Ooh Shaman Male Potency Elixir, created by my brother Celestino Cornell, I noticed something shift. My clarity sharpened, my stamina rose, my focus locked in, and whether I'm training, creating, or pouring into my purpose, I just feel alive. And here's the thing. This isn't about hype or shortcuts, it's about alignment. You know, when your body, your mind, and your spirit are connected, you move through the world differently, right? You lead differently, and you definitely love differently. So that's what this elixir was designed for, to support blood flow, endurance, and presence, so you can show up stronger, centered, and in flow every single day. So if you're ready to recharge your energy, restore your balance, and reclaim your power, go to ooshaman.com/elixir to use code ThriveWell for 10% off your order. That's ooshaman.com/elixir. Step into your sacred strength today. The link and the code is in the show notes. Check it out. It was always something.
Always something. Because I wear my hair curly, natural in the summertime, and then in the wintertime, I would blow it straight. First time I blew it straight, she was dumbfounded. What? So I'm talking to my team.
Mm-hmm.
She comes up and starts running her fingers through my hair. I don't
Oh,
understand.
whoa. I already know. That's a no-no.
She was in a trance. She said, "How is your hair this soft?"
That's
There are
crazy.
a couple females on my team, and they all were like, "I said,
Yeah,
please don't touch my
just
hair.
blew back.
Don't touch my hair." She's
That's
dumbfounded.
perfect.
Oh, I mean, just I would be at meetings. There was one meeting that I went to in another state. When I came back, she said, "Yeah, I need to talk to you about the meeting you just had." Okay. Yeah, you can't. The attitude you had isn't acceptable. What attitude? Well, when you told the team that you were willing to do whatever it took to work well together.
And she counted that as attitude.
When I swear I don't make any of this stuff up. And you're going, and even then I was like, okay, did I? I thought that was a good thing. That's what I do. I'm a collaborator. I want to collaborate. How can we work well together? Let's talk about what the issues are. Let's get through it.
Right.
So the last straw that broke the camel's back, her and I would go at it because I wasn't scared of her. Talk to the CEO. Hey, you need to get her because I'm not the one. I'm not scared of her. Everybody. I could go on and on about that. There's somebody on my team. She called him fat and sloppy. He told me he would never be anything. So he comes to my office crying. I go straight to her office, shut the door. You don't need to talk to anybody on my team. He is not fat and sloppy with oh, well, I just no, absolutely not. So we're
Yeah.
sitting before the CEO, she starts crying. You've been freaking harassing me, bullying me. Why are you crying? Monique doesn't want me.
Wow.
But I was already familiar with the tear game. So I just was sitting there
Hmm.
like, here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go. So, I mean, it was tense. It was
Hmm.
tense. Everybody in the office was like, oh, there they go. They could hear us going at it. One night late, 6 o'clock, everybody gone. Her and I just finished going at it. She follows me into my office. The way my office was set up, the desk was against the wall, so I could only get in or out one way. So I go to
Hmm.
my desk, grab my purse, turn around. She's right behind me like this. Are you mad?
Are you mad?
She said, are you mad? I swear, I felt a demonic, like, get out. I swear, I don't make this stuff up. Get out. It made that hair, it still does, makes the hair on the back of my neck stand up. Get out.
Wow.
Tell her whatever you need to do to get out. She wanted me to hit her. Want me to
Mm.
hit her. I said, please move out of my way. I need to go pick my son up from daycare. This is how funny that was. At the time, my son wasn't even in daycare.
Okay.
I said, if I'm late, they're gonna charge me 50. I just felt like tell her anything, tell her get out. And she
Yeah.
just looked. I couldn't even see her eyes. They were all black.
My
Look.
goodness.
And then she turned to the side. She said, okay. I was like, oh my God. I'm a grown woman. Yeah, I'm a grown woman. What's she trying to make me hit her?
Mm. Just so you think that she was trying to get you fired, like right then and there.
She wasn't just trying to get me fired. She was trying to get me put in jail.
Yeah. Yeah. She wanted to get rid of you.
Because I was a major threat to her. Within the short time I was
Yeah,
there,
I could see that.
general counsel, they're all coming to me. They should have been going to her.
Mm.
Everybody's CEO. I walk in, the CEO's like, what's up, Mo? She's standing there like, oh, oh. But guess what? Out of all the negative things that I've been through, I learned so much. So nobody can tell me, oh, it's not toxic. They just don't understand. No, no, no. I know the game. I know the game.
Hmm.
So after that layoff, if you see pictures of me, I mean, just black under my eye, my face is just. I
And
work with. Yeah.
it was a drag for you, like going through all of that and living that life, having a family, all that stuff. Was it worth it to be where you are today?
Yes, because I had to experience it to understand it.
Yeah.
So now I can protect other people. So now I understand when people say in front of everybody else, this individual leader, whoever, they just love them. Then when that door closes, baby, when I tell you, I can't describe other than demonic. Like
Hmm.
they report up very well.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, we'll get that done. Then that door closes like that scary movie. Then it's on like Donkey Kong, and they are freaking bully's not even a good word for it. It is demonic.
Oh wow.
Absolutely demonic. Everything you do is not good enough. Well, wait a minute, you can't even explain to me what you want. Then when I do what I think you want, it's still not good enough. It's a game. So
Yeah.
I had to experience it in order to understand what it feels like and to understand all the little games that go on, the psychological warfare. It's not obvious. Good bullies aren't obvious,
Yeah.
but I know the game. So now I believe that God is using those experiences to help me create a path for other experienced people who have not been valued or
Hmm.
who have been kicked out just because they were better than everybody else. That's
Yeah.
not a bad thing. I love it. I
Right.
love it. I love competition in a good way.
In a good way.
I want
Yeah.
to be around people who are smarter than I am because guess what? I'm like a sponge. I'm gonna sit in every meeting. I'm gonna listen to everything you say. Like, okay,
Hmm.
okay. So that's what I want to do is create like a talent collective with people who have 15, 20 years of experience but these organizations just don't know how to use somebody like that.
Yeah.
Because they're a threat. They're a threat. You have these people come in and they know more than your executive folks. That's a problem.
For someone else who's listening now, what advice would you give them to really to deal with something like that?
So if someone is in a toxic environment now and you're having health issues, I understand it's easy to say, oh, just leave, find another job. But for some people, it was hard enough to get that first job. Not
That
because I
job
don't have the
itself, yeah.
experience, because I got the
Yeah.
experience. Oh, you need a degree? Not a problem. I got 3 of them. Which one you want me to bring?
Right.
So to say, oh, well, just quit the job. Everybody doesn't have that luxury because everybody doesn't have access to other jobs that would be a promotional or a lateral move. I couldn't believe how hard it was for me to get jobs. I was like, I'm a veteran, law degree, MBA, undergrad. I got all this experience. I was at the Pentagon. You know what they would tell me? Oh, wow, your background is really impressive. But
Yes. Right. Right.
so I would tell someone, if you're in that position and it isn't easy for you to get another job, at least start looking. You got to start putting in the legwork. You have to, because it does have health ramifications.
Yeah.
Within the legal community, there were so many sisters that were dropping dead. I was like, who died?
Really? Because you're facing all that stuff like daily.
Daily.
Mm.
Daily. And at the time, I had just taken in my parents and I had a teenage daughter.
Mm.
So it was a triple threat.
So you're dealing with a lot.
Yes. And the start of menopause.
Yeah, okay.
So
Yeah, I don't
now
know
I'm ready
anything
to
about that,
hang
but
on.
I have a sister that was going through. I have a couple sisters that are going through it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We've never talked about it. People don't talk about it. But guess
Yeah.
what? That's chemical. That's those hormonal changes going on. You don't understand, like, why do I feel like this? What? I'm not myself. And we gotta talk about it. It's
Yeah.
real.
It is real.
We
It
can't
is
just
real.
shake it off.
Yeah. It's not like a jacket.
Yeah, we can't just shake it off. It's not just it's not that bad. Yeah, okay.
Man. So you're going through it. You have all this experience, man, and these hills, the climb and valleys that you went through. And I mean, you had to make a shift at some point where you kept getting laid off. And I know at some point you were like, you know what, I'm done with this. Something has to shift. When that you made a shift, what was that?
So actually, if I hadn't gotten laid off the second time, I still would have been trying to prove myself. How crazy is that, right? God had to kick me out. God had to kick me out because I still would have been trying to prove myself. I ended up working with an executive coach who, for whatever, she was tough because I know how to do the smile and okay, well, nothing's wrong. After our first call, she said, I'm surprised I have eyebrows left. I said, excuse me?
I'd assert that you probably found the perfect coach for you because who you are.
I did. She said, you're like a dragon. She said, she said, you're so angry. She said, it comes through the camera. I said, oh, no, I'm not angry. She said, cut the bull. She was like, you're angry. And I was. So she saved my life. I'm not even going. She did. She saved my life because I still would be trying to prove myself, as crazy as that sounds, until she helped me realize that, like, I'm enough. I'm more than enough. I had to let that anger go. I had to forgive those people. That doesn't mean I like them. I just had to say, you know what? I gotta let that go. I gotta let that last woman who was trying to put me in jail, I gotta let her go. Took me years, I'm not gonna lie. There were some things in my childhood, that she helped me realize why, I might be as spicy as I am. Had to let all that go. Let it go. Had to release.
Had to release. What opened up for you when that shift happened, when the transition happened?
Yeah. Yeah. I felt it. It was like a heaviness. Is a heavy, and it took time. I'm not saying it was a 2-week venture. It probably
Uh-huh.
took 8, 9 months.
Yeah.
I started feeling like myself again. I could think again. And my husband's always telling me, Mo, you meant to be an entrepreneur. You meant to be an entrepreneur. And I was like, nope, nope. Gotta get that check every 2 weeks. Gotta prove I'll get it.
Yeah, as an entrepreneur, that's not always the case in the beginning, especially in the beginning.
No, it's hard. It's hard.
Yeah.
But I didn't have a choice now. It was right at COVID. That was another thing that she did. You gonna put me out at the beginning of a pandemic? That's okay. But that's how I started consulting. Started
Mhm.
my business.
Mhm.
I could think clearly. Now I could work when I wanted to work. My ideas
Mhm.
were heard. I didn't have anything to prove to anybody. I could move as fast as I wanted to. And it transformed me. I realized, oh gosh, my family is way more important than a job.
Mm.
So had to rebuild some of those relationships with my kids. My daughter's in her last year of college. We're still rebuilding. She was like, Mom, you were just so like, yeah. I said, I know, sweetie. I can, all I can do is do better now.
Yeah.
I try to be the best for my husband.
Uh-huh.
So
Does
he
he
could like
does
me
he
again.
I was about to say, does he like you again?
Yeah. 'Cause he was real honest. He was like, Mom, like you're so energetic. That was another thing. My personality, I've always been very, and I got so much criticism that, yes, well, that's not me. When I could
Yeah.
be me,
Yeah.
that lifted that dark. It was like a heavy, those things you put on when you get an X-ray, that heavy lead, whatever it is. It was like I
Yeah.
threw that, and I
Yeah.
was like, if you don't like me, you think I'm too much, you think I'm too energetic, you think I'm a know-it-all. Guess whose problem that ain't? It ain't mine. That's yours.
Right. It ain't my problem.
It ain't mine. It's not mine.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Now you made that shift, and like many people are like really searching their whole lives for the clarity of who they're called and meant to be. When you went after the executive coach, did you feel an understanding of what your calling was and what your purpose is on the planet?
so that is a very deep question because I think a lot of us got distracted with thinking we had to go find our purpose. That's not
Mm-hmm.
scriptural. God doesn't
Mm-hmm.
say, go find it, figure it out, and hopefully it works out for you.
Mm-hmm.
That's not so I was trying to find my purpose. I'm trying to find my purpose. But no, our purpose is to be an example, to demonstrate what he tells us to demonstrate, to listen, to pray, to seek him diligently. So it took me years to get past like, what is my purpose? What is my purpose? What is my purpose? What is my purpose? I had time during that, 5, 6 years since the executive coach to say, okay, Mo, girl, what are you good at? What are you good at?
Mm-hmm.
And I figured that out. And then I wasn't ashamed about it.
Yeah.
If I'm a know-it-all and I walk in and I'm more experienced than everybody else in there, again, guess whose problem that ain't? So then people started recognizing that, going, hey, wait a minute. She's
Yeah.
pretty good. There was one potential client I had. He just, during the meeting, he looked, he goes, I thought I was good. He said, but you think of solutions out of the box that unlike anybody I've ever known.
Mm-hmm.
So then you
And you,
start like, okay, that's my gifting. That's my gifting. I figure out, I see like the matrix. I see the confusion, but I see the organization like, oh, this is what we need to fix.
mm-hmm.
This. Oh, here are the people who are the problem. Let's unpack that. Let's talk about that. So through that whole entrepreneurial journey that I'm still on,
Mm-hmm.
I've discovered more of myself, as well as what I'm not good at. And that's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Why am I going to pursue stuff I'm not good at? It's a
Right.
weakness for me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But in a space like you're more yourself than you've ever been. And how's that show up for you? I'm curious.
Tell you what my mother told me. My mama is 83. My dad is 90.
Mm.
My mama said, this was a couple years ago, she said, you're glowing. You're glowing. Gee, your eyes are clear. She said, I haven't seen that in years. I rest when I need to rest. That was hard for me because I'm high octane. I want to be working all the time. Let's go, let's go, let's
All
go.
the time. Right.
And I just felt God saying, no, you need to rest. You need to let your body recover from 20 years of having knives thrown at you, bombs thrown. You need to recover. And so I would force myself, okay, rest. Meditating. That was huge for me. Meditating. Accepting who I am and loving me.
Yeah. What I'm sensing is there's like no force, like forcing yourself to be or to do something that's not aligned with who you are.
I think, well, so entrepreneur, like we've already said, entrepreneurship is tough. So
It
when
is
you're
tough.
getting that check every 2 weeks, and that check isn't coming every 2 weeks, then it's a different level of stress. And you're like, oh, should I be doing something else? But it takes time. It takes time to build up your business. And then I had to learn the sales part. Like,
Yeah, I don't like sales.
I can't stand sales.
I don't like it. I do not like it.
But like somebody told me, if you don't sell you, who else is going to do it?
Yeah, exactly. And it's a muscle, just like anything else that we do in business.
And you know, it's funny, even with you, like I would consider us very warm people. But I think for me, what I don't like is the fakeness of, hi, going to an event. I prefer, now if you sit next to me at an event, we're going to be besties by the end of the night.
Yeah.
But just that fake kind of, oh, let's exchange business cards. Okay, great. Sit. I don't like the fakeness of that.
You know what I found? I don't like it either, right? So I found that when that energy comes my way, I don't know who it may be, I find myself either going some other way or not even having that come my way because I can't deal with it. I don't deal with it well. And it does still show up from time to time, but I'm like, yeah, that's not it. Because even when I'm in the world of sales and I do sales, I want to be as genuine as possible. And I like to just be like, this is what it is. And you could be a yay or a nay. I'm good with whatever because I'm not beholden to the outcome. And I just want to just like, this is what it is. And whatever the outcome is that's what it is.
And not to get too woo-woo on that, but when you're in alignment and you stop and you listen, you'll feel that energy. You feel like that, this person ain't for me. And you exit stage left. And it's such a, I can't even, don't get me started talking about just the energies and the attraction. When I'm myself, my energy is just, it'll turn off some people like, ooh, that's great. Other people are drawn to me like, oh, tell me more. Yeah. Those are the people.
Right.
Everybody's not for me. And that's okay. That's not a reflection of me. And when I realized that, I was like, well, okay. I went through another,
you have to know that.
It was like a veteran cohort program. And there was a woman, she was a psychiatrist, psychologist or something. She was part of working with the veterans and things. She told me, she said, you know what the challenge is for you? Identifying who you work well with. And I was like, oh no, I want to work with everybody. She's like, no. She said, you need to work with people who are willing to put in the work. Because if not, you get frustrated. And she said, there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody's not for you.
Yeah.
It's like, who knew? But she's right.
Yeah.
She's right. Because I'm not, because remember what I said earlier, if you work with me, I'm going to push you hard. But guess what? Months later, years later, you're going to go, oh my God, who knew? I never thought I could be doing this. But she pushed me. Yeah. She pushed me into what I was meant to do. She helped me realize my limits. Everybody doesn't want that. Other people are like, yeah, no, I don't want to do the work.
Yeah. That's not everybody's cup of tea. But you've seen results. So like you've had people that you've trained that go off to different places,
Yeah.
well-known places that are doing great things for themselves.
Yes. Yes. And that makes me feel good. That makes me
Yeah.
feel good. That's why I coach kids basketball, 3rd and 4th grade boys. I've 7th and 8th grade girls. I've coached for years. You
Yeah.
know what I love? I love the kids coming in. They're just, they can't dribble. They can't. By the end of the season, we had an undefeated season last season.
What?
What? These are boys. Boys are, hey, let's do this thing. If you listen to me, I promise, by the end of the season, we'll be killing it. Then when they
You do
started
that.
seeing the results, they were like,
Yeah.
I didn't have to yell
The-
anymore. I'd be on it, do your thing, and they finger rolling, and I'm like, yeah. So that's what I love. I love to see the progress. I love to see people putting in the work. I'm gonna be with you every step of the way. I love the progress. But
Yeah.
if you want to get, if you want to say you want to get in shape, but you don't want to go to the gym, that's not my people. You got to put in the work.
You said that's not my people.
No, but I'm okay with saying that now because I'm free to be honest.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And in that, like, because you create the space for yourself, in that you'll attract, like you said, you'll attract the people that will want to work with you and get the results that they're really looking for. And you
Yes.
do that in your consulting. Is it JMCO Consulting?
So I have JMCO Consulting, which I do professional development training. I had contracts with 40 plus government agencies. I do conflict training, negotiations, tactical to strategic thinking. I did all that, but January of this year, a lot of those federal contracts fell off. But I started another business with another veteran, which is that talent collective I was talking about, like working with people to say, what are you really good at? Because typically when you have 15, 20 years, you're like, I can do everything. I believe you. But when you say that, people don't know what that means. Their eyes kind of glaze over.
Yeah.
But what are you really good at? So I help people figure out, what are you really good at? And then how do we package that? And then the next step is, how can we help organizations who know they need that experience? How can we frame it in a way that it doesn't cause issues for executives who may feel intimidated? Can we come in for 90 days? Tell us what the problem is. We'll fix the problem and then be on our way. That way nobody feels threatened. There's no self-preservation fight going on, because organizations need that experience. We just need to figure out ways that we can provide that experience without them thinking, it's gonna cost too much, or they're not energetic. I don't even know where that came from. Organizations, people fresh one for energy.
Yeah.
Okay. Mine's 83. She's more energetic than a lot of 30, 40-year-olds that I see. So age is
I didn't think you were going to say that.
Did I tell you? Oh, mama, 83. Because she said, I don't want to be an old person just sitting on the couch. I don't want to be doing it.
Yeah.
So, all the stereotypes are just off. Like, that has nothing to do with age. It's just personal. I mean, so that's what we're trying to build with Prime Bridge Solutions. It's just, again, that talent collective, helping people identify, how can you hold yourself out as an expert in what? Because we should. And by that many years, yeah. So I'm working with a woman, she's the COO of a hospital organization. The conversations are amazing. What are you good at? Just a lot of things. No, tell me 2 things. So we work through that. We identified things that you thought you were good at, you're really not good at, or things that you hate doing. Okay, let's avoid those things.
Yeah.
I have another client.
I find that.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Now I was going to say, I have another client who he was saying, oh, I'm good at leadership. Then the more we talked about it, I said, you don't even like people. He's like, yeah, you're right.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, no judgment at all. Because it's okay.
Yeah.
He says, but I feel like I have to be a good leader if I want to progress in my career. No, man. You love being in the back room, computers. You're not a leader, and that's okay. That's okay. So it's been fascinating walking through the professional journeys with people and then having them
Hmm.
realize, like, you know what? I really don't like doing that. What I really do like doing
Yeah.
though is this. How can I pivot?
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Well, I see that, first of all, niching down or niching down, or however you want to say it, is probably more ideal for a person, because in that you're like you said, what you do like and what you don't like. And if you find out what you do like, there can be more fulfillment in, your just your daily, you're just in your dailies. Like, you're fulfilling yourself because it's something that you love, and you're probably happier.
of course.
You find people being happier.
Oh, oh, I can tell the energy shift with my client who doesn't like people. We finally started figuring out what he does like, and his whole energy has shifted. I mean, I can see it. He's like, oh yeah, I want to do that. He said, what do I need to do for that? Versus when we started out, he was, yeah, so I do this and da 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 da. So that's how we're developed. We're developed to want to do things that we like. We like it for a reason. And if you're good at it, even that's it. That's it. You're gonna enjoy it.
Yeah. Enjoyment is key. So what's the difference in managing people and leading them in your like experience?
I saw this at every organization I was with. Because the way organizations are structured, the goal is to become a people manager for every job role. That's out of
Hmm.
order. Because being a leader is a skill set. I have seen so many people who were awesome as an individual contributor and they get put into a leadership position and they fail horribly.
Mm,
Leading people, your role is to develop those people. That takes work, that takes patience. A majority, I
yeah.
would say 90% of the managers and people leaders I worked with, they thought it was HR's job to develop the people. Or they thought, well, if somebody wants to be developed, they need to do it themselves.
Hmm.
That's your role. I mean, that goes back to Jesus discipling the disciples. As a
Hmm.
leader, you're supposed to create leaders. If you're not creating leaders, you're not doing it right. So I just think, and then you hear there have been so many leadership gurus and whatnot, and you look at their background and you're like, have you ever been a leader?
Yeah.
But you come out with all
Yeah.
of this advice and people love it. They eat it up. And I just go, what? What? Leadership advice like, if you want to be nice, people will think you're nice. And you're like, that's your advice?
Mm,
So yeah, that's a whole nother skill set. Managing people is
yeah.
hard. It is hard.
Yeah. 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 I'd rather develop leaders. I'd rather do that. And now and I want to kind of bring this together. You've coached, you coach, you're still coaching sports, and you're coaching and consulting adults in business. How do those two worlds come together? What do they have in common, especially when you're building confidence in people's characters?
That right there, building confidence. I'm a coach. I've always been, even as a kid, like I want to
Yeah.
see you do better. And I
Yeah.
mean that translates into everything I've done. Like again, if you're on my team, oh, we're gonna be the best. I, I
Hmm.
don't do I don't do bad news bears. That is not me. We
Yeah.
might start out that way, but I don't do that. But every skill that I've learned just throughout my coaching, just parenting, what I've done wrong, what I've done better, being able to say I'm sorry.
Mm,
The way I did at the time, it wasn't the best I could have done or should have done, but I'll do better. Being able
mm-hmm.
to go to my husband and say I'm sorry, sweetie, like I'll do better. That's all
Mm-hmm.
I can do
Mm-hmm.
is do better. So the coaching, the consulting, it's all motivational. I got to tell people, hang in there. I'm here with you. I'm waiting for you. Even with the
Yeah.
adult. The The one client I have that said that he thought he was a good leader, then he figured out he really doesn't like people. He said, stay on me, stay with me, because I don't want to disappoint you. So you're not gonna
Mm,
disappoint me. I said, you meet me halfway, I'll meet you the other halfway.
yeah. Yeah. From from the beginning of our conversation, all the things that you went through and to who you are now, what's the biggest lesson that you could give to someone?
Ooh, just one?
Well, explain it how you want to explain it.
First is self-reflection. Really self-reflection. What are you doing? What hasn't worked? It's just all we can do is develop ourselves. All we can do is change ourselves. I can't change anybody else. That's one lesson.
Hmm.
I can't change anybody, but I can change myself. I can decide if I want to be mean and nasty. I
Hmm.
can decide if I let something that someone said bothered me, or I accept a negative comment. That's my choice. I tell my
Hmm.
kids that all the time. Somebody says something off the wall about you, it's your choice whether you accept it. At the end of the day,
Hmm.
people go, oh, yeah, but they made me mad. No, they didn't. They can't control you.
Right.
That has been a mind blower for me.
Hmm.
Oh,
When
what is
people, yeah, what is, what I think when you develop yourself in those spaces and you hear somebody say, well, that person made me mad. Like, when you hear it, it's like, wait a minute, how can someone make you mad? They could probably do things that can make you mad, but the person that owns that emotion is you. And you talk about emotional intelligence. What is? I know it's like a buzzword, but what is that for you, and how do you connect that to your coaching and your consulting?
Okay, so remember early career, I didn't realize how important likability, all that is social and emotional intelligence. I didn't
Hmm.
realize how important it was to develop relationships with people, to be seen as somebody who others could work with. I didn't realize that, but now that I have realized it, now I even teach on it. That's one of the courses that I just did one yesterday. That's part of the conflict resolution. When you can talk to people, when you're aware of self, when you understand emotions are a
Hmm.
huge part of communication.
Yeah.
I can say, Michael, I just think you need to do differently versus, hey, Michael, I appreciate the effort you're putting in. I was thinking that maybe you could we talk about doing something different? I said the same thing. I just said it differently. So
Hmm.
understanding that it matters. It matters what you say, how you say it. It matters what you say to yourself. If I'm
Hmm.
constantly saying you're not good enough, you're not the, oh, that was dumb, you did. What's that? Wordsworth, I think it was. Your mind is a garden. It's up to you whether you plant flowers or allow weeds to grow.
Yeah,
So I
I've heard that.
constantly tell myself, oh, again, I'm very competitive. You're the best to
Hmm.
ever do it.
Yeah.
So what am I
Right.
telling myself? What am I telling myself? I'm not valuable. You see, you can't do anything right. No,
Yeah.
just like those negative comments come to your thoughts, that's when you write back. Nope. I'm a child of the Most High. God came so that I could have life, have it in abundance to the overflow. Yeah, but ooh, that bank account get low. Doesn't matter. God's got my back. God's gonna bless me into the. You got to talk back. It's an active thing there. You
Yeah.
got to talk back to those negative thoughts. You got to input those positive thoughts. You have to. You have to do that self reflection. What do I need to work on? You can't just say, "Oh, I'm just like that." No. Mm-mm. No, let's talk about that. Why are you just like that? Why are you so angry? Who are you angry at? Let that go. What do they say? Unforgiveness is like drinking poison and expecting someone else to die. The
Yeah.
person isn't thinking
Yeah.
about you. Let it go.
Right. Let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go.
So a
Man.
lot of it is just you. You are the only person
Yeah.
that can change you. And you gotta
Hmm.
put the work in. I can't forget that part. You gotta put the work in. It's hard work. You gotta put it's not just gonna happen. You have to put the work in. But it's, oh God, it's worth it. It is so worth it. My relationships just I'll get emotional. I went from not even being present mentally. I was there physically, mentally for my kids. Now my daughter's calling me all the time. My son, feels closer. I think my husband feels closer. Even my mom. Oh, you did so much for you, because now I'm at peace. Now I can take care of my parents. I'm here for my daughter when she needs me. I'm here for my son. I'm here for my husband. My attitude is better. Even the pets like me. Even my
The best.
No, really. Like I sit on the couch and here come the cats. They do.
Yeah.
And, everybody in my family goes, "What is it? The cats love you," because they can feel that. They feel that, just that love. Like I'm operating in this mode. I'm supposed to. I'm supposed to. How can I make a difference? How can I be an example? And I'm over here talking negative to myself. I'm mad. I'm frustrated. I'm being mean, nasty to people. That's not being an example.
Yeah.
It's
And
hard.
yeah. That's your purpose, to be an example.
To be
Before we leave, because I have so many questions. I mean, we can continue to go on, but as we begin to wrap up, what's one thing on your heart that you want to share with people or let people know as your last words on this podcast today?
You are enough. I don't care if you've been laid off, fired, can't find a job for 6 months, 8 months, a year. You're good enough. I know it's hard because that's how we pay our bills, is through our jobs, but you are good enough. And God has something special for you. You're worth it. You're worth it to take this time. If you've been laid off and you're frustrated, you're anxious, take this time to relax. Relax, focus, pray, work on yourself, get rest. And I can't even explain. You'll just start feeling better. You'll start looking better. You'll start attracting that positive. I just did a post recently about how when I got laid off the first time, I went to the next interview and I was so angry. You could just feel the heat in the room. And I ended up taking over the interview. I was like, well, I think what you meant to say was that. So needless to say, I didn't get called back. Years later, I was like, oh my God. That they could feel that negative. Well, people can feel that. The energy is real.
Yeah.
When you're frustrated, man, anxious, and you go to the interview and people can feel that. People are like, oof, I don't want that coming in here.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. Take the time to work on you. Put the work in because you deserve it. You deserve it. You don't have to keep proving yourself. For the people who find themselves in the same, they go, oh my God, that was me. You feel like you have to keep, you've already proven yourself. You've already proven yourself.
You've already proven yourself.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Mo, I appreciate you being on. Like, this has been a good conversation. Really cool. Like it went. I never try to dictate where the conversation goes. I'll just have my questions available, and then I listen. And there's still so many questions I have for you. So we might have to do another one, a part two. But before we end, I know you have your businesses. How can someone get in touch with you?
So the easiest one I would say is just at my JMCO. So January, March, October, Christmas. I did that wrong, didn't I? JMCO. January, March, Christmas, October. So I'm on at January, March, Christmas, October consulting.com. So JMCO consulting.com. I'm on LinkedIn. You find me, Monique Gibson. I'm on Instagram. Yeah. And I'm still developing things, because everything is just kind of changed in the job market. I'm still building, developing. And I just want to say to you that I have seen you just come such a long way. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you to step out and do a podcast. You have such a warm and engaging personality, and that God has something so special for you because you have a heart for people. So I'm just honored that you asked me to be on, and I love to see you thriving. I love it because I know what you've been through. So yeah, I don't want to get emotional, but
Don't get emotional, because you can get emotional, then I'm like,
I know, but I am. I'm so proud of you. I'm
thank,
so.
thank you. I appreciate you for the words and just who you are in the life, in the world, and in my life. And I appreciate you for being on here and just being authentic and sharing yourself. And at this time, we always ask our audience, one last question is, based on this conversation, what's one leadership lesson you've learned in your own journey, or one area in your life you're ready to grow? And again, Monique, thank you for being on the podcast. And as we always say, let's make thriving our new normal. And I'll see you next week.
Thank you.